What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Okay, so I'm going to do a video on Moulinglacia, something like that, the Elemental Lord. It's the new water Elemental Lord that's out of Abyss Rising. Now, Drew just did a video about this, but I had been planning to do this yesterday ever since I realized that, or I found out that this card, it was a secret rare. If you didn't know that, then surprise, surprise, if you plan on playing Atlanteans, and you're probably going to want to play a couple of these guys in your deck, I think that this is going to be the next $100 card that we see in Yu-Gi-Oh! The next Pot Duality, Tour Guide from the Underworld. Now, it's not nearly as splashable as those cards, but it's just as powerful. When I first saw Grand Soul, I was turned off by the whole 5 monster thing. I thought it was really amazing that it had a built-in monster reborn. When I first saw this card, you know, I looked at the 5 monster thing and I said, eh. But then I realized how quickly Mermills and Atlanteans could fill their graveyard with cards like, you know, Genix Undines and Atlantean Dragoon, which actually searches this card, which puts its playability through the roof, in my opinion. But even less important than, you know, the summoning conditions, it's just the flat out effect of this card. This card is Delinquent Duo. Are you kidding me? Delinquent Duo is a banned card that's been banned since, what, like 2007? I mean, it's a card that's been banned for half a decade and probably won't come back anytime soon, and they finally built that into a monster. Now, I think that Konami probably thought that the summoning conditions were pretty, you know, high for this card, but not when you make cards like all these Atlanteans or Mermill support. I mean, you got the one that dumps 2 Mermills in the graveyard, so if that dies, that's 3 cards right there. You've got Genix Undine that could potentially drop 3 at one time. I mean, it's not going to be very difficult to get this guy on the field. And the main thing I thought about was, how the fuck do you lose when you drop this card? Like, if it doesn't get Veilered, even if it gets Veilered, you go +1, plus you have a 2800 beater on the field. You don't really care about the no attacking next turn, because that's pretty irrelevant of a cost. But if you drop this guy, and you pick off 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, in the mid to late game, 2 cards, I would say the average hand size is about 3 cards. So you're taking about you're taking over half of your opponent's resources. Not to mention that they still have to invest 1 card to answer this card, because it's not like you can just kill a 2800 beater without having any other cards to do so with. So your opponent has to at least answer 3 cards. Like, how's that possible? I just don't see a way where you drop this guy and you ever lose a game, unless, like, you hit a graph or you're playing against Dark World or something stupid like that, in which you probably wouldn't search or summon this guy. Now, I look at a card like Grand Soil, and Grand Soil was pretty interesting because Grand Soil actually had absolutely no hype, and then Jeff Jones took it to a 2nd place finish, and then you saw the price skyrocket. I think the exact opposite is going to happen. Atlanteans or Mermills have absolutely so much hype right now that, you know, this card being secret rare, I can't see this card coming out at anything less than $80. Like, wasn't Rescue Rabbit somewhere around the $80 range when it first came out, and then it was around, you know, 120-ish, then kind of sunk to $80. So just for anybody out there who wants to play this deck, you know, guys, don't complain about prices. You know, rarity bumps suck, but we all know that they happen all the time. And, you know, I think that this card being a secret and just the vast power that this card has, it's going to be the next $100 card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I honestly think that the card is just a little overpowered. Like, if anything, I think your opponent should be able to pick the 2 cards they discard. Like, the fact that you pick them is just retarded. You know what I mean? Like, that's Delinquent Duo power. It's even technically better than Delinquent Duo because you pick both of them. So, tell me what you guys think of, you know, this card and it being secret, which sucks huge donkey balls. Because if it was an ultra rare, it probably would have been about $35 card, which is probably what it should run. But nope, I predicted it to be the next $100 card. Thank you guys for watching as always.